All right, John, what's going on?
Not much. How about yourself?
Good, good. Well, congratulations on being this month's top tech.
Appreciate that.
How does it feel?
Feels pretty good. It feels
Yeah.
pretty good. It's nice being able to have a solution for homeowners that solves hard water issues. That's not as labor intensive as like a water softener.
Okay.
We deal with a lot of elderly folks, and then just everyday homeowner. You know what I mean? It's still a hassle to try and fill a salt basin up whenever they run out and try and do it that way. So,
Heck yeah. Yeah, that's huge. I feel like we run into that a lot, or hear that a lot, especially with elderly people. How many elderly people want to be putting salt back into their salt? You know, it's like so. Okay, well, let's get into it. Can you just reintroduce yourself and just tell us what company you're with and what city or state you're in?
Absolutely. John Macchiaverna. I'm with FH Fur in Georgetown, Delaware.
Okay.
Yeah.
By chance, were you in any of the trainings that David just did?
I want to say he stopped by about 2-3 months ago and training for us. Yeah. And right off the bat, I was just like, yes, this makes so much sense. It's a great solution. And I even took a lot that he said too, and then just kind of like a couple of tips and tricks along the way. Because all the time, you know, you go into a homeowner's house and they think you're there trying to sell them something, because we do a lot of inspections and then going based off of inspection. Okay, I'm looking at everything and now I'm basically telling you everything that I see that's wrong and trying to give you a solution for it, when really that's my goal, is to try and get them a solution. But they're like, you just want to sell me something.
Exactly.
And so I had one homeowner who wanted to go forward with the Flow Tech, and then it was on a Friday, and then over the weekend she had some time to think about it, and it was just a bigger investment, so she wasn't ready to move forward. She's like, no, you know what, I'm okay. And I showed up and she had a shirt on that said no, 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 no all over it. I took a picture at the end and I showed like my manager and whatnot. And so I brought it up because I had some other work to do for her. And I just went back into it. I talked to another one of the techs, and he was like, just like, again, talk to her about the fact that this is the water she's brushing her teeth with. This is the water she's washing her clothes with. Like, this is getting into everything. As far as the Flow Tech's concerned, because it's not really softening the water, but the minerals aren't bad for us. They're bad for the fixtures themselves. So it's still running through all of those pipes. So it sounds like a big investment up front, but you're really protecting the rest of the investments in the home. So that's where it was just like, it kind of, when I talked to her, I saw it click in her eyes, and I was like, okay, so you know what I mean? Let me take care of you, so that way, you know what I mean? Your water's taking care of the rest of the house.
100%. And a lot of people don't think of it as that. They seem very hesitant because, you know, it's not your traditional softener. And once you say hard water sounds like a bad thing.
Right.
You know, like, oh, it sounds gross almost.
Yeah.
But once you realize magnesium and calcium are like, we need that in every day. It makes more sense to go with, you know, the Flow Tech, because you're still getting those good minerals in your body. So heck yeah. So what's your go-to way of introducing it in to a homeowner? Do you bring it up if they're dead set on a softener or whatever, and you can clearly see that they have very hard water? Is that something you're like, you kind of steer them to?
So 2 different routes. If I go to a call, because we get it, we have Service Titan, and when I go to a call, it'll give me like some details beforehand. I always like to do my homework too, as far as service history, because we have stored maintenance history. So if I see a tankless, or if they have requested a tankless flush quote, right off the bat, if I see they have a tankless, I don't want to bring the pamphlet in, because we have a bunch of the Flow Tech pamphlets. But if I see they want a quote, I bring it in, because I said, hey, you know, I saw that you wanted a tankless flush. As far as getting one of those done, the way that we have it priced is that about after 7 years, it pays for itself as far as getting a flush done, because that's supposed to be done annually. And it's not getting done. We're not coming in once a year to do it. It's doing it 24/7.
Yep.
So that's a huge one right off the bat. As far as going into other homeowners' houses, or seeing the tankless, kind of having it in the back of my mind, but not being able to say it right up front, because I want to be there. And then same thing with like a tanked water heater. I'll talk to them, just go through the house, because if they have hard water, it's going to show. It's going to show in the fixtures, the aerators, and that's big in the I find the kitchens are the most clogged up. When you take and I'll stop in the kitchen sometimes right off the bat, and I'll just show them underneath, because they're washing their dishes with that every day, washing their hands, and it's like, or you peek underneath in the bathroom sinks, same thing. It's like, you're not doing that every day. I say I didn't do that until I became a plumber, and I still don't even really want to do it like in my own home, because Delaware naturally has hard water, so does Maryland, and we cover them a little bit as well. So when I show them that, and then the other big one is in the showers, because I take a picture with a flashlight on of the actual shower head itself, and you can see the calcium buildup, and it's clogging some of those. Then when you go to turn it on, a lot of times they won't work, or it's coming out sideways. I was in a home today, and it was whistling because of the way that it was clogged up in there. So I said to her, So I said to her, I was like, listen, this is something that if you want, and I'll show the homeowners, you wipe your finger over it, because a lot of times it's that rubber and it'll come out. I said, and if you want to stay on top of that and do it all the time, be my guest. Bathroom faucets, you take a bag of white distilled vinegar, you wrap it on there. But again, that's a Band-Aid. It's hard water, so it's going to continue to happen. This FlowTech system, it's going to self-clean those in about a month and a half. You may have to clean some stuff on the exterior, but you're not going to see that build up again. And then same thing, a lot of like the homeowners, whoever's the one that does the cleaning in the house, you can see them look at their partner and they go, yep.
Yeah, it's like having your own personal cleaning assistant. It's always working in the background.
Right.
Would you say, like, have you noticed any difference on going to those calls with the tankless that may have already had the FlowTech on there? Are you even going back to those homes?
I've not gotten a call back. I've told homeowners to feel free to reach out. You know what I mean? If they're not seeing that, I've been, since David came, and I believe it was about 3 months ago, I've not heard anything, you know what I mean, back from homeowners. Wednesday was the last time I installed one, and that was number 13. Wow. So out of 13 of them that I've installed, I haven't heard anything, which is all good news.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Awesome. And by chance, have you came across a homeowner that wanted to go from softener to FlowTech?
No, but I have had homeowners where the softener is not completely softening the water, and or even I had a homeowner who didn't want the softener, and when she heard FlowTech, she was all for it, because she said that they had one at their old house and it made their skin feel soapy. And I was like, yeah, that's not going to happen. I said it's going to give you similar effects. But again, those minerals are still in there, so they're not latching on. That's another big one, is like the glass doors for showers. No more water standing. You know?
It just starts to etch in the glass eventually, and then you're looking at replacing your sliding glass door. If it's an open walk-in shower, you're gonna have to replace those if you don't take care of it. So yeah, that's huge. And let's see. How has selling FlowTech impacted your ticket sales? Or are you guys on commission or hourly, or do you guys get?
We're commission based, so I'll say, because where we're at is the price of the FlowTech has gone up due to the demands, but before it was a little less than half the price of a softening system. Right. So right there, it sounds like I'm losing money because of the commission base, but I'm really not, because to make that double investment for a water softener, where again, a lot of these people are elderly, or they just don't want to take care of the maintenance for a softener. They want the effects, but they don't want to, you know what I mean, have to take care of it. So I've seen my pay rise a lot or my tickets rise a lot, because people are investing in the FlowTech just right off the bat. Because a lot of times too, I'm going in for a tankless flush, and I'm like, you're never going to have to get one again. So let's, you know what I mean, make the bigger investment for the long-term investment.
Yeah, definitely. No, that's very true. Let's see. And what advice would you give other techs that aren't fully sold on what this technology does, or aren't fully, buying into, this actually does work and it's proven clearly with how many,
I mean, not only me, because I check out the Facebook page all the time, and just like seeing how many other FlowTechs are out there and getting installed every single day. I think that at this point, somebody would have said something. I had another homeowner. It was the same thing. It wasn't, she wanted a reverse osmosis system and the flow tech. So reverse osmosis in the kitchen and then flow tech for the house because she had a tankless unit. So we had to order the reverse osmosis. She wanted a special brass nickel color, whatever. So it took a week or two for me to actually get back out there. Now she had my phone number, so she texted me and she said, you know what, I'm going to hold off on the flow tech. And that was the second time after the lady with the no shirt. So I was like, what is, so I did some Google research. I went on Reddit. I went to see if, somebody somewhere is saying something and maybe they went on and they saw something. Because that was the second time I had like an objection after they agreed to it, had to sign by themselves. And I have not seen anything bad on the internet either. The only things I saw were that people were like, it's not softening the water, it's some other wizardry. And I'm like, it is wizardry. It's science is what it is. But
it's like a simple science, but it's very foreign. It's weird,
Right. And even installing it is kind of like, it seems weird because it's like, okay, well, I'm just putting this grounding wire and then it's, you plug it into the wall, it turns on, it does its thing. But I mean, again, after it's been 2-3 months now, and I've put in 13 of them, and not one homeowner has called us back out here to be like, "Hey, you lied. Like the aerators aren't clean." And think, you know what I mean? You'd hear something right now.
Yeah, exactly. Especially in a market with really hard water. Some places, you can't go a couple months without having something on your house, or else everything is going to get clogged up, and you're going to run into problems. So, for sure. And one last question: can you share one small tactic that has helped close the sale, whether that's taking pictures, any sort of, walking through and showing them, like you said earlier, you'll show them like the shower head and all that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's really the biggest one is showing them those aerators. The other one too that is being caused by that hard water is the corrosion, corrosion on a supply valve. Now we have a 1-year parts and labor warranty, and as far as parts, labor, everything else, it's going to be like $252 for us to replace one. And people are like, "Oh, that's crazy. You can just go to the store and buy it." I'm like, okay, you can do that. The buying it sounds simple, but now go install it and now make sure it's done right. And then you don't have to do it again. You're not causing a flood, everything. So it's because of everything else that goes along with it. But in the same extent, if you've got 10 of those around your house for $252 a piece that you have to replace because they're corroded, and then on top of it, you go to replace it, you don't invest in flow tech. Well, guess what? However many years it took for that to corrode, it's going to happen again. So
it's not quicker too.
Yeah, right.
It's great. Yeah. So seeing is believing. That's what we always say. Everyone says that seeing is believing. And let's do one final question. Do you have any funny or crazy stories that you've had in the field that is memorable?
The first one that comes to mind, I didn't have one before, and then I just kind of thought about it. It was just crazy. So I went to a lady's house. I don't judge, you know what I mean? I got 4 kids here, so our house is a mess. That's why you're facing me with a wall behind me. But she was a hoarder. Like, she just had stuff absolutely everywhere. It was hard to do the inspection to begin with. And then I go down to the crawl space, and she wanted a new shutoff valve on for her hose bibs, like relocated so she could shut them off. And she wanted the main water shut off relocated from the middle to right where the crawl space door was. I open it up, and there are hundreds of little baby spiders in a spider web right there. So I'm like, this is going to be great. And so I take a stick, I do a little cotton candy twist, and I get them out of there. But I know I'm going to crawl over them. And so I go and I grab my jacket. It's hot out, too. This is when we had like 100-degree weather. And I grab my jacket. I take duct tape. I tape up my socks over my pants and get the courage to get up there and get my gloves on. And she's been inside this whole time. Now, it was taking me a while, so she comes outside to see, you know what I mean, what's taking me so long. So I show her the picture because I took a picture beforehand. I was like, all these little baby spots, blah, blah. And she goes, "Oh, yeah, be careful because there's black widows under there." And I said, hang on.
I don't do spiders. As soon as you said a bunch of baby spiders, I'm out. I'm gonna call somebody or get a flamethrower.
Well, I told her, I was like, so yeah, I talked to one of the other techs and he said, you got to get pest control out here first. And she goes, "Oh, they were just here a month ago." I'm like, I don't know if they did the job they told you they did.
Yeah, I'd be going to a different pest control, and at least and have them go under the house because I'm sure they probably only went inside and turned around.
Oh, I went in.
Yeah, really?
I was already suited up. I'm like, you know what? I'll go under. And I did it, and then I got out, and the whole rest of the day I'm itching and everything else.
Yeah, I can't do that. Ooh. All right, man. Well, John, it was a pleasure speaking with you. Congratulations again on being this month's top tech.
Appreciate you.
Do you have any final words? You got a joke you want to share with us or anything?
I just say choose Flowtech. It's the way to go. Yeah, not a joke. That's straightforward. That's the truth.
All right, man. Well, let's wrap this up, and you have a great weekend. All right.
You too. Thank you, Bobby.
Right. Thank you.
You got it.